Hi, my name is Ken Fernandez and welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today, I'm going to count down my top 10 favorite worker placement games. Now, my wife's family has started to, well, according to them, they have started to watch the channel. It's not that I don't believe them. It's just, I haven't seen any comments from them. But I shall explain. And to anybody who is new to the hobby or something like that, I will also explain. A worker placement game is a game where you have a little person or an animal or something, and you place it on a space on a board, and you get a little resource. That's why it usually goes hand in hand with resource gathering. Now, almost every single worker placement game is resource gathering. Almost every single resource gathering game isn't necessarily a worker placement game. For example, Settlers of Catan, or Catan now as it's called, is a resource gathering game, but we do not place workers. We roll dice. Everybody goes, "Really?" And then the other one goes, "Ha ha." Then you go, "Would you like to trade?" And they're like, "No." And then you cry. Or at least I cry. But anyways, without further ado, let's count down. Okay, so number 10 is the game Rise of Tribes, which is still right here, by Breaking Games. I do like this game a lot. Better than Stone Age, because, I mean, if you watch our family plays games, that cup smells. And I tried to do the thing that you do with a leather cup. You leave it and you air it out for a while. I aired it out for about 2 months. It still smells. It's weird. And it's still gross. But this one doesn't have a cup. You take the dice, you roll it, and you get a sun, moon, or blank, and you get to pick where you put it, and you knock down the dice. And depending on like if you have 2 suns, that's like the maximum you can get for that specific thing. And if you get 2 moons, it kind of deducts it from your points. Working at night, that's kind of a no-no in the game. Blank is just meh. But it's really cool. You can get like technologies, advance your civilization. You can fight each other if there's too much room. That's been taken up. Too much space has been taken up on the board. This is like one of the first games that Jordan and I demoed when we were at Gen Con 50, I believe. It was really fun. We still like playing it. I do recommend playing it with like 4 players, 3 or 4 players. 2 players is fine, but 3 or 4, because then you have to like really figure out, do I want to fight this guy, or do I want to, like just keep it peaceful and just gather the resources. But you can get like rocks, fish, wood. You can't trade, unfortunately. It's a really fun game. Highly recommend it. I believe we do have a how to play video on it. And of course, all my how to play videos will be on like a little thing in here. I'll just kind of link them all there. This next down the list is gonna you're gonna laugh. But anyways, number 10, Rise of Tribes. Okay, number 9 is Wreck Raiders by Kids Table Board Games. This game is really fun. I actually met the designer this year at Gen Con this year. It was really cool. I told him I really love his game. I did not know. I said, I saw his name tag and it said Josh, and the full name. I don't want to mispronounce his name now because I met him. But anyways, I was like, It's funny, your name is just like this game designer that I played, you know, that I have like 2 of his games. I got Wreck Raiders and Haunt the House. And they're really fun. And it's just like, you know, and he's just like, I am that guy. And I'm like, no! And I'm like, I love your games. And I was just like, you know, kind of like a little struck. I'm like, oh my gosh, he knows. Sadly, I did not get, I mean, he did like the artwork for Creature Comforts. He didn't like design the game. So, unfortunately, I should have gotten one of his games and got it signed, but you know, Creature Comforts. I wanted to get that one. I'll probably get another one of Josh's games at some point later on. But anyways, to the game. Wreck Raiders, you get these little divers, you put them in different spaces, you get these little shells, and you gotta like kind of build up this museum, and you're not gonna fill up the whole museum, but you know, you gotta try to get as many points as you possibly can before, you know, the game ends and everything like that. It's really fun. You got the top of the box is like the dice tray, which is really unique. Not many games do that. This is not a dice game though, I promise you. Just a lot of them have dice. But, you know, and they got purple. They got purple divers. That makes me happy. But anyways, you got like all these different sea creatures. You build up your aquarium. You build up aquariums and stuff. You can mix and match pieces. It is super fun, super enjoyable. The artwork is awesome. The gameplay is awesome. I do not have a how to play video on this. Now I do not have a how to. But I do not have a how to play video on this one. I do hope that I will get it out soon in the future. But number 9, Wreck Raiders. Okay. Number 8 is Stone Age. I do like the mechanics of Stone Age very much. I don't like that cup. I agree with you, Mick. That cup smells really bad. It's leather, I get it, but it does smell. It's really stinky. And yeah, like I said, I tried to air it out. It still smells. That usually does the trick. I don't know. Maybe they like, you know how like we have like those air fresheners that you hang in your car, and it can make it smell like virtually anything, including the lying one. You know, new car smell, the one that where you can lie even though you spilled like a bunch of food that's been sitting there in the back of your car rotting for like years. But you put the new car smell, it's like, oh, did you just buy this? Mm-hmm, just bought it. You know, yeah, that's that cup, man. I know some people like throw away the cup and they just kind of roll like normal. They just, you know, yeah, Yahtzee. But this one, you get like, I think 2 workers to start off with, and the only way you can get more workers is you take 2 of your meeples, put them at the hut, and then you get another meeple. It's kind of weird that this board game kind of comes with a sex education lesson. Now, I have actually won this game by never going into that hut. It's weird, but I have. I've won the game by never going in, never getting more people, never getting more workers, and because I don't need to grow my food, but I get like a lot of food, so I'm good. But I've won with that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't want to go in the hut, but you know, number 8, Stone Age. All right, number 7 is Parks by Keymaster? Yeah, I believe it's Keymaster. Yeah, it's Keymaster. Keymaster Games. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, Keymaster. This game is a really fun game. You get like these little hikers. You go along this path. You can gather these resources. The hikers are the workers. They're the worker placements. You go along this path. You get to visit. You get these different national parks. The artwork on parks is some of the best artwork I have ever seen. They have like these individual artists who like hand painted these pictures, and of course they printed them out and everything later on. But these are like hand painted pictures, and they are beautiful. These are things that I feel like should be hung up in a gallery somewhere. But anyways, you can even advance your gear. You can get gear and advance your experience at the parks. Now I know they did a smaller version, Trails, but that one doesn't have as much of the worker placement as Parks does. Trails kind of does, but it's, when I came up with this list, I hadn't played Trails yet. But I have played Parks, and I've taught Parks, and I like Parks. I also like Trails, but I like Parks, because this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Parks. And the hard part, though, of Parks, and I'm not saying, like, don't do it, or don't get this game. Get this game if you have the opportunity to get Parks. But the main thing that I think is hard is some of these year-end goals. It's like, you know, the year-end goals is like, oh, you need to visit like 15 parks with like water drops, and it's like 2 get drawn, and then your opponent's already got them. That kind of, but you know, that's just a game. You know, that's games. You know, sometimes that happens. You can't really blame the game for that. You can blame your wife, because she's the one who usually takes them. Well, my wife does. I don't know about other people's, but number 7, Parks. Okay, so number 6 is a game that I really like. It's a game that my dad really likes. I don't know how my wife likes this, but it's Lost Ruin of Arnak. I do like Lost Ruins of Arnak. It is a really fun game. I do not have it up here with me because my dad is currently borrowing it and playing it downstairs. I love this game. Go up on the research track to try to like advance your guy, get like different resources from around the board. Go exploring, get different resources. You play cards, you go places, you get stuff. You just keep advancing. One of the best things about this game is when you get a new card, you don't put it in your discard pile and like shuffle it up, and you gotta wait, shuffle until you shuffle it, and then you probably won't even get the card until like turn like 4 or 5. No, it goes on top of your deck. It's really cool. I think I have like a, never mind. But this game, artwork is really good. Game mechanics is really good. And at some point, I will finish that script for this game. I mean, look, I was hoping to finish this before July. The fact that I'm telling you this and we're almost saying goodbye to November tells you a lot. But there was a lot going on. I had a lot of wedding planning to do. I had, you know, of course, I work in retail, so you know, there's that, and you know, me and Jordan, we were like so exhausted from like just work and then having to do wedding planning stuff. Plus, to top it off, earlier this year I got into a car accident. Not terrible, like it wasn't bashed, but I had to replace my bumper and all this stuff. So things kind of started to pile up, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I said something stupid. I said something stupid. I can finish the script while watching my great niece and my great nephews. My great nephew, one of them, is 11. That's fine. The other one is like 4, 5. That doesn't make it any better. And the girl is like 3. And the thing is, when you ignore a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, they try to fix that. So I started. They were being distracted by Spider-Man, and I'm like, okay, I got it. The 4-year-old and the 11-year-old are distracted by Spider-Man. The 3-year-old is distracted by her grandparents. My headphones were on, my headset went down, I was ready. I turned on my mic, I did it, I'm about to start, and then I feel a tug on my pants, and I look down and I'm like, oh no, and my great niece is sitting there like, you need to come with me now, and I'm like, okay, well this is done. So I need to get back into that. Hopefully during our like little Christmas hiatus, we're gonna I'll be able to finish this one. And then move on to another one. Because I don't like moving on to another game when writing a script. I don't like doing that until I finish that first script. I don't like procrastinating. Unless there's like a specific like holiday coming up or something, I kind of need to make an exception. But other than that, I like to finish the first candy bar before I open up another one. That's just who I am. But number 6, Lost Rings of Arnak. Number 5 is Kanagawa by Yellow. It's somewhere around here. I move around the board games a lot. Oh, yeah, it's right on top of Creature Comforts, right behind me. Nobody can see it. But anyways, this game, you get these little paint pots, and that's your workers, technically. You place them, you get like stuff, and you're painting a picture, and you get like different bonuses and stuff like that for doing this. And a lot of the times, I still love this game. The artwork in this is like, again, it's very beautiful, very gorgeous. It's a different art style than what a lot of people are used to. Here in the States, we're used to more of a European style. This is more Japanese, and I do like Japanese art styles. They're very beautiful. There is an anime that's completely based off of this that has basically this art style. It's Princess Kaguya. I have not seen that. If anybody has seen that, please let me know how it is in the comments below, because it's really good. Because you know, I'd like to know. I'm still gonna plan on watching the thing, even if people think I don't like it. But anyways, in this one, it's got, you know, again, beautiful artwork. You get to actually make a continuous painting of this, and it's like, so of course it's got to have really good artwork because it's about art. If you had a really, you know, if you had a game about art and you had really bad artwork, that'd be a little awkward. But this one's really good. It's designed, of course, it's one of the rule designers is Bruno Catala, and you know, if anybody, and pretty much anybody in this board gaming industry knows who this guy is. He's probably written rules about half my collection back here, it's a really fun game, really good. It's really quick too. It's, you know, you can really get it to the table and pack it up pretty quickly. Highly recommend it. Number 5, Kanagawa. So number 4 is the game Ex Libris by Renegade. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's down here. Okay, in this game, you are librarians and you're trying to manage your magical library. So you get like a little librarian, and depending on the librarian you have, they each have like different abilities to help you kind of manage your library, along with these little gnomes. Yeah, you heard what I said. You place them, you get like cards and bonuses, and you have to, like, the goal is to try to like complete your library collection, your whole collection. But you don't want to get banned books, because banned books are negative points. How the rule describes banned books, it's just like, it sounds like they're more unpopular books. Like people in your village don't like that book. I don't know. But it's in the rules. It's called banned books, so I'm gonna call them banned books. They're banned fictional books. Some of them are kind of based off, like some of the titles are a little bit like kind of puns based off of actual books, but no actual books are in this. I know banning books is kind of an issue right now, but this is a game, okay? Let's all calm down. But you know, this game is pretty fun. I like the artwork. I like the board that you just write down with like a little dry erase marker and you kind of wipe it off. But you know, Jordan really likes this. She says she's going to play the solo mode someday. I don't know how long she's had this game though. 5 years. She's had it for 5 years. Again, we've been planning our wedding though, so I mean, I guess we can use that. We can use that as an excuse. This game is pretty fun. It's really nice, really unique. There's my favorite location to go to is the Mystery Shack Toads, because I like the Mystery Shack. I can hang out with my friends Dipper and Mabel. Jordan doesn't like the Mystery Shack because it reminds her of Gravity Falls. But anyways, number 4, Ex Libris. Okay, so number 3 is definitely one of my personal favorites. It is Everdell. And I used to have Everdell right here, but now there's a big gaping hole because I have the big old box of storage. So this is a big old gaping hole of space because I got the big old box of storage. And I'm trying to figure out where to store the big old box of storage because it's big. But in this game, you get like these little woodland critters, or I could say little wooden critters, and you keep them on this thing. It's called the Evertree. You get some assembly required. And it goes through, you start in winter, and then as you can see, you can go to spring, summer, fall, and you get to activate all your green prosperity cards, plus you get an extra worker. Then you get to draw 2 cards. When you go into summer, you get to draw 2 cards from the meadow, and you get an extra worker. Then when you go into fall, you get 2 workers, plus you activate those green prosperity cards again. They do have this online on Direwolf Digital. They have it on Steam. They have it on iOS. They have it on Google. I don't know if they have it on like game systems yet. But this game is really fun. This is definitely one of my favorite games. My dad likes the game. Jordan likes the game. Everdell? Mm-hmm. Yes, she's nodded yes. She's down over there. I'm not just like doing that for comical effect. Jordan is right over there. But we like it. You build your little town. They did make a change. They changed husband and wife to harvester and gardener, which makes more sense on a farm. I mean, you know, of course, the people on the farm would probably be husband and wife, but you know, everybody else is like the judge goes in the courthouse. The wood carver gets the storehouse, the shopkeeper gets the shop, and then you got the husband and wife have the farm. And I'm like, that doesn't sound that matching the theme. So I'm glad they changed it to harvester and gardener. That fits more with the farm. You know, it's fun, and they also took the opportunity to change the design of the characters. They're still like little field mice, but you know, like one's like picking berries and the other one's like picking corn. I can't remember. But I love this game so much. The artwork is great. I just played New Leaf like a couple days ago. That adds so much to the game. You know, Pearlbrook adds a lot. I like Belfair. My dad's favorite is Spirecrest. He likes that one a lot. I think the other one he likes is, I think it's like, for him it's Spirecrest, New Leaf, Pearlbrook, Belfair. For me it's Pearlbrook because I like water. Pearlbrook, I would definitely have to say, I like New Leaf a little more, but then Spirecrest and then Belfair. The reason why I like New Leaf more, because I like the visitor stuff. I like the visitors. I also like how they add 3 extra cards in the meadow, so that way you have more to choose from when you're getting people to go to your town, when you're trying to get and make your town bigger. So I like that, especially because you do add the New Leaf cards on top of the already really big deck of normal Everdell cards. But you know, Everdell is all around great game, super fun. The expansions just came out, plus the big old box of storage. They're going to be releasing the complete collection to retail, as well as like the 2 new expansions to retail fairly soon. I believe it's going to be like either next month or probably early to mid 2023. Don't quote me on that. I do not have an inside with Starling Games, but that's probably going to be, it'll at least be out before Gen Con starts next year. So number 3, Everdell. Okay, my number 2 favorite worker placement game is Dune Imperium by Direwolf. Direwolf doesn't just make awesome computer games, they also make really awesome board games. Clank is one of them. Dune Imperium is another one. I like Dune Imperium, I really do. I kind of wish that one made it to digital, but there's probably a lot of hoops you gotta jump through, because this isn't just based off of like the book series, which is like, I believe the book series is public domain. So using those characters and stuff in your games, not a big deal. But this is based off of the movie. The characters and all that stuff, that's public domain, but you have to try to ask the actors, hey, can I have your likeness in my game? So you have to talk to, like, you know, Dave Bautista, you have to talk to Oscar Isaac, Zendaya, you know, Jason Momoa, all those performers who are in that movie. You have to say, hey, can I use your likeness? And then you also, I believe you also have to get the permission of the studio to say, hey, can I use these characters' likenesses, this character design? So you have to first get permission to get the actor's face in there, but then you also have to get permission to use the design that they are using for that character, because Warner Brothers, even though I believe these characters and everything are public domain, the look of them is Warner Brothers. So that's how it works. I learned about that from, it's like when I was in, funny enough, it was when I was in the MGM Studios, when it was still MGM Studios, Disney MGM Studios, when it was called Disney MGM Studios. I was on the Great Movie Ride, and our tour guide at the beginning of it explained, you know, that's how it works. You have to get permission from the actors to get their likeness in there. And if the performer, the actor or the actress is deceased, you have to get it from their next of kin. But you have to get permission to use that in a board game, in a ride, in a, you know, clip show, whatever. It's its own mess. It's weird. However, this game is fun. You get these little workers. You only get 2. You can get a third one by hiring the Swords Master. That is expensive. It's 8 Solari. It's not bad from the first time I unboxed it, where I was just like, and this is a thing. I don't know what that thing is, but that's a thing. And then this is a thing. I don't know what that thing is, but I know this is a thing. There's a guy, that's 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 a woman. That's a mess, you know. But now I understand it. I've read the books. I've seen the movies, really, because I saw the Kyle MacLachlan movie like a long time ago. But I do like Dune. This version of Dune. I like Dune. I like it. I like the strategy that goes into it. I win like almost every time. I like playing it with 2 players with my dad, but I know me and my dad, we really want to play a 4-player game. And I want to say this, we got this close. We got this close. We had my brother Keith, there was me, there was my dad, we had 3 people. Then I think we had a 4th person, and everybody's like, hey, we should play a game. We have 4 people, we should play a game. And I was like, let's play Dune. And they're like, and my dad goes, no. And I'm like, shut up. We're getting there. 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good. Let's go. And he's like, no, we don't really have time. I'm like, who cares? It's a 4-player game of Dune Imperium. But anyways, we played, I believe it was Evolution. We played Evolution. Still a good game. Not a worker placement game, but it's still a good game. Yeah, we're talking about worker placements right now. Number 2, Dune Imperium. Okay, number 1 for me is Dinosaur World by Pandasaurus. This game is big. It is really, really big. I promise, because I now know how to play this game, but I promise you guys, the next time I play this game with my dad, I'm going to take pictures and I will post them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube, so you can see how big this board can get. And if you have played Dinosaur World, you know this board gets big, plus you got all the pieces and stuff. This is definitely a game that you have to, in my opinion, you have to be careful on who you're going to teach this to, because remember what I said in my last top 10s list. Multiple pieces to a lot of people equals a very difficult game. If I had this game spread out on the table and I went up to like one of Jordan's families or one of my friends who doesn't really play board games that much, and I say, hey, do you want to play this game, Dinosaur World? They'll look at it and go, They'll go, they'll do their best Keanu Reeves impression from Babes in Toyland. But I do like this. Again, really good. They had good artwork in this. I like the little dinosaur pieces. I got this from the Pandasaurus because I wanted the free pin. And I wanted Dinosaur. I wanted Dinosaur World, but I also wanted that free pin. I was determined to get that pin. It was free with the $80 game. But it was worth it. It's totally worth it. I wish I kind of had the time to play it, but I'll probably try to play it in the holidays. Right there. That's Dinosaur World. Super fun. I'm going to try to play it around the holidays. Hopefully we can get some people to play it. But number 1, Dinosaur World. Well, there you go. There is my top 10 favorite worker placement games. I'm really curious, what worker placement games do you guys like? Let me know in the comments below. What kind of is your order for that? I know it's probably different. This was my specific order for my top 10 favorite worker placement games. As per usual, we do have I will link in the video all the games I mentioned if I do have how to play videos for these. But that being said, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for top 10s lists just like this one. And if you're feeling in a charitable mood, please consider donating to Meeples for Peeples. This is going to be about the last time it'll be about. There should still be the how to play video of Ticket to Ride, Nordic countries. But this will be the last time we're promoting for this month, virtually, Meeples for Peeples. And, like I said, their goal is to try to make sure that everybody has access to this hobby. So you can, so their main targets are usually like libraries, emergency response areas, low income housing units, school districts, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of places. You can donate. There are 3 ways you can help out. You can donate board games, you can donate money, or you can just spread the word. This is a really great charity. I really do like this charity, and I like promoting these guys a lot. They are very nice people. I've had the privilege to at least chat with some of these people. I haven't met anybody from this charity yet, but I have definitely online chatted with these people, and they're always super nice, and it's great to talk to them about their mission and everything like that. So please click on the link down below in our description below and check them out. Please be on the lookout for the next top 10s list that we will be releasing next month. It will be the last one of the year. But until then, thanks for the views.